The Lafarge Foundation brings us all together to rethink buildings, construction and materials. The materials of the future will be doing more with less, using the precious resources more wisely.
There's been a long conversation about whether it should be de- or re-materializing construction, but I think the important point is that we know and we can see that the way we're using materials isn't sustainable into the future. Where they come from and where they go, issues of waste, issues of carbon in materials, issue of supply of materials, and so we want to rethink that whole process and that whole cycle.
LafargeHolcim Forum is a chance really for a global assessment of materials and their relationship to buildings. What we've been looking at is the idea of salvaging building materials that are already in use, thinking of the earth as a big hardware store, and how can we better manage the system so it becomes more cyclical.
In making the city, we use today too much material, and it's really important to return to something more simple and to use exactly what we need, to check carefully if a material should be replaced, if we make sure that it's really at the end of the life. And especially it's the people are at the center point of a project of sustainability.
Everywhere in the world, cities are growing fast, and you need another way to deal with material in order to be able to provide the needed infrastructure. Thanks to the information, thanks to conferences like this that are opening our eyes, that are allowing us to know what is possible or not. I think we're going toward a conscientiously well thought and well developed ideas in terms of providing service to humanity.
Just depending on governments or markets won't be able to deliver with the scale and the speed that is necessary for housing, infrastructure, sanitation. We need knowledge in order to address this kind of difficult questions. From new materials to new techniques to new systems to new capacities.
We need more people who can build again, transforming the old wisdom. We have materials for centuries that are proven that they have no negative side effect on neither the human body nor not the environment. So to use those old wisdoms and to bring it into the contemporary ways of building, and so that it really meets the needs and aspirations of the current society, but also for future generations. Education is key for that.
What struck my mind is how brilliant minds in the LafargeHolcim event are really going all out to reduce the carbon footprint, to use appropriate materials, and still to accommodate the clients who want massive halls and high-rise buildings. Because you know what, this is the real world. We're always going to have these clients. So might as well do our best to respond to their needs without destroying the environment.
Re-materializing construction. The urgency is extreme and it runs across a wide spectrum of environmental challenges. It applies to biodiversity, it applies to water quality, it applies to what's happening in our oceans with plastic. What a forum like this has to do, in my view, is to bring all of its knowledge to the political leaders and decision makers. They need to engage with this.
What we realize today that we cannot work in isolation. We have to work very much in a collaborative way with people from many different geographies, many different countries, many different academic and practice backgrounds. That's what the LafargeHolcim Foundation for Sustainable Construction is able to do.
We started the foundation 16 years ago, and we went through many cycles of trying to redefine what we think sustainability is. The building sector is absorbing an unbelievable amount of materials. tackle the current challenges, the only way to go is through multidisciplinary work, addressing architects, engineers, developers, contractors, urbanists, etc. So we need to retool the economic system for achieving sustainable development.
Materials have evolved over time and forever are stretching the boundaries of what is possible. The things that we can only dream of now, those will be the reality of the future.